Hello everybody. It's been a while since we've done a plane review. Of course though, this time of year it has been pretty slow for us in the release of new aircrafts, especially military aircrafts, which I love to do. But then I found out about this. This is released. This is the A-10 Thunderbolt II, released from Demios. Now, I have found out some very interesting things about Demios that we'll be mentioning throughout this review. Right off the bat, I will say this. This is by far better than anything that MS Scenery has ever done. But I have other information that will suggest otherwise to wait a little bit longer. So, let's get into this review though. As you can see, the cockpit is open, the ladder is extended, and they also have an ability to open up the actual engines for like a maintenance type of mode, which it's well modeled. I have to say I'm kind of impressed. But we will be getting into it further. I'm gonna give a proper shakedown. The modeling doesn't look bad. The pods are, pods are all right. You don't have to have them on there, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, you can come up here, look at the weights. You can then remove the pods. Trying to see. Well, oh, there's that one. Okay. So I think for this one we're gonna run without the pods. Give it a more traditional look to the Warthog, which is what it's known as, the Warthog, from many years ago. They just renamed it to the Thunderbolt II. Thunderbolt and Thunderbolt II. I like to call it the Warthog. But anyways, I digress. Apologize about my voice. I'm still getting over a cold / maybe even allergies. I just don't know. But let's go ahead and get into this. Modeling wise, it's not bad. The Gatling gun on the front, has been replaced with a camera, it looks like, or a sensor. I mean, obviously they have to do that because Microsoft won't allow weapons on their aircrafts from the Microsoft marketplace. But you won't ever find this outside the Microsoft marketplace, and for very good reason though. So let's go ahead and get in the cockpit. We'll start her up and we'll go through everything. So this back here is where you would shut off close the panels for the maintenance bays. All right, so it's closed. We'll come up here. We'll close the canopy. And then we'll go ahead and close retract the ladder. And there it is. Ladder is reinstalled back inside. So we'll go ahead and start the plane up. So first thing you want to do, it's pretty simple, really. Battery on. APU on. So I was confused. There's APU start here, and there's APU over here. This is the one you want. Ignore this, because if you click this, it'll switch off the APU on this side. So ignore this side altogether. The ignition is always on, but all you have to do, battery, APU. Click on the fuel pumps. Fuel pumps are active. We're going to wait till the APU is stable. And right here, attached to the actual throttle quadrant on the plane, on both sides, is engine start. This is engine 1. We're going to start engine 1. We're going to wait till it gets to a stable point, and then we will do engine 2. Or actually, this is engine 2 technically, and this is engine 1, but I hope everyone's having a good time. I have some other information. So I do have information from DC Designs. They are still doing their A-10 Warthog version, or A-10 Thunderbolt II version. It will no longer be a payware plane. It will be a 100% free aircraft, and they have promised the utmost highest of all qualities, custom sounds. Everything is going to be very high detailed. it is supposed to. They're saying that it's gonna blow this aircraft out of the water because there are things about Demos that I've just recently found out that has been really sketchy, like really sketchy. Like, for example, they tend to steal other developers' codes for their own planes. Hence why you will never find their products on third-party sites like Just Flight, in places just like Just Flight, pretty much. I can't think of it. Milviz does their own stuff, but there's still third-party sites where you will not find them. You will only find them on Microsoft Marketplace. So my recommendation is wait for the A-10 from DC Designs. They're going to do everything they can to make this the most outstanding plane ever. Alright, I'm just flipping switches because I feel like that's probably the right thing to do because I don't know what these are. Like these right here, they don't really tell me what, other than there's an acronym that I don't really know what they are. Like, look at all these warnings down here. Some of that stuff actually kind of doesn't make much sense. All right, so the engines are warmed up. They're all good to go. But we're going to go kick on some... I'm trying to find where the lights are. Positioning lights. Anti-collision. Panel lights. Compass lights. Like, yeah, that doesn't even work. I think we're good to go, essentially. I don't know what half these warnings are. They're just... I don't know. Oh, that's right. There is on the other side of this. Alright, yeah, there's those. Cool. Okay, those get out. Anti-skid lights. Taxi lights. There is white smoke. Oh, there it is. Pilot on, pilot off. You can have the pilot in there. Don't recommend it. All right, let's go into... Oh, we've got to turn on avionics. I think we're good. All right, we're going to go ahead and taxi out. Oh, look at that F-16 just rolling by. All right, parking brakes right there. But yeah, I really do recommend waiting for DC Designs A-10. They're going to be way better. And at the least with them, oh, I don't like how this is steering. It's way too sensitive. At least with DC Designs, you're going to get the plane with weapons options on them. This thing, you won't even get that option because they're not allowed to be sold third party. They've been banned. That's the reason why they can't. Is they are, when they did, they were found out about some issues and they just got banned. So, but I mean, yeah, I just don't like how sensitive that is. That's not even realistic. All right, so let's go ahead. Not even a realistic sound to the A-10, and wow, that guy just got. So at least this isn't even a realistic sound to an A-10 taking off. I've heard one in person. This is not even close. This thing has rocket pods. Well, not rocket pods, smoke pods. And I don't think this thing needs smoke pods. Even on the demonstration version of the A-10, they don't have smoke on these things. Yeah. It's stable. Yeah, it's a stable plane. it is flight model wise, it's not bad. I only bought this to see what it was like. Will I fly it a lot? Probably not. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting on the DC designs on theirs, which will be later this year. All in all, it's not horrible, but I do not recommend supporting a dev team or developer that takes other developer codes for their own. Hence, that's sounds like from what I've heard is the reason why he gets banned, because he takes other developers' stuff, and that's at least what I've heard through the grapevine. I do have my sources. Will I name my sources? No, I won't, because I don't want to put them under the bus. But I've heard a lot of bad things, and I mean, their product, the MiG. I think the MiG. I forget what MiG it was. I think the MiG 29. I think that was the one they did. It's all right. This A-10. It flies all right. It flies good. I don't really recommend it, just because I don't want to support. I only bought this just to review it. Wow, she is quite agile. Alright, let's go and take her for a landing, see how it is. Wow, she really goes. There we go, the gear is finally going down. Apparently you gotta get her down to a certain speed. I think she actually moves too fast for what it is. A-10s aren't a speedy plane. We're going to touch down and take right back off. I just want to see what she's like landing. But we're going to see how fast she goes. And if she goes absurdly fast, yeah, that's a hard no. Wow, look at that C-17 tape. All right. She landed pretty smooth. Gear up. All right, let's see what this thing's top speed is. Only thing is, I really wish I had that high pitch whistle that it does, or whine, or whatever that is. So while it's doing this, we're going to check and see what the top speed of the A-10 is. So top speed is roughly 420 miles an hour. Right now we're going 340-ish. So that's 391 miles an hour. So we're actually kind of under speed on what it's saying. Unless you have to get out more altitude for that to actually be accurate. I have a really bad, I'm not really finding a lot of flaws with this plane. It flies good. It flies pretty good. But it's just the fact that I don't want to, I don't recommend supporting a dev team that does what they do. But everyone, you are your own person. I'm just putting out information that could better the environment or better the community. Well, yeah, that's not a bad. It's not horrible. It is nice quality, like texturing. Yeah, the texturing is not horrible. So I really, visually and flight-wise, with my experience, since I don't know these things the way they actually handle, personally, I don't see an issue with the plane itself. It's just I have the ethical reasons why I would say what I say. I like the weathering they have on the plane. Sorry, my voice is starting to crack again. Yeah, the weathering on the plane looks great. Now, if only someone out there can come up with a mod that we can put weapons on this thing, it wouldn't be bad. But yeah, the only thing I have an issue is the sound of the engines. I don't think are correct. The startup sequence, it needs to be a little bit more intuitive. I think DC Designs is going to do more intuitive start and have better features and better, just overall better cockpit setup. That's the nice thing about DC. They do custom sounds. Well, yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Everyone, you're your own person. Take what I say with a grain of salt if you have to. I will say the plane does not fly bad. Doesn't look bad. But, that is what it is. We all have opinions. And this is what I have found out personally about the team. So I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Hope everyone enjoyed this. It was kind of a review / informational type thing. But we also got to the point where we saw the startup sequence, and this didn't turn on. I'm surprised that that moves. I'm wondering if I missed something. Whoops. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's air brakes. That's the air brakes. Okay, cool. just trying to figure out what turns that on, because that thing does turn on. Altitude hold. Apparently I just activated something. Oh, it's because I have, okay. So this thing does have a, what looks like to be a MCU system where you can do autopilots and stuff like that. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm not even doing that. Yeah, I mean, it's not a horrible plane. I just, yeah, maybe I will fly this a little bit more because this is actually this is kind of neat. You can also eject, say, like, there, I just eject the canopy. And, in quotes, I just ejected. So, now we are canopy-less. Do I like that? Not really. I don't really think that's a good feature. The smoke. So there is smoke. Oops. Oh, the smoke isn't working. Well, from what I remember, you have to you basically enable it as your external lights. If you put a hotkey for your external lights, you can activate your smoke. Do I think it's necessary? No, I don't think it's necessary. But other than that, look at that. I'm not flying with a canopy. Other than that, I hope everyone enjoyed this. Hopefully someone got some good information out of it. Hopefully, maybe I'll do some more flights with this plane, so we can get the A-10 from DC. So everyone has a great night or day, wherever you're at. I know it's nighttime for me. Have a good one.